Hello students, welcome back to our English class. Myself are Manjuvani. I am from kgbv from Chittoor district. Today I am going to take up textbook exercise from the unit-1 humor. Eventually I will take up the grammar from simple to complex with more examples. Some exercises are difficult in different way and take so much time and mental effort to understand exactly what you are meant to do that you cannot concentrate on the language you are supposed to be learning. But I will explain you with some example to make it easily. Let us see the learning objective in this section. By the end of this section, you will be able to learn use linkers, identify and use phrasal verbs within daily conversation, prepare a poster of school annual day. Students, let us move to the grammar part, that is vocabulary. See the vocabulary part in your textbook. Here they gave you an options. You should find out the meanings for the underlined word. Find out the correct meaning of the words underlined below. The house was not electrified. Here they gave you three options. You have to select the correct meaning for the underlined word. The first option, there was no electricity in the house. The house was not away from the electricity board. Third option is the house was not lit up. So not electrified means there was no electricity in the house. Then move to the second one. My earnings were meager. Options are very high, very small, nil. Meager means very small. Let us see the third one. I also possessed one solitary black coat. Options were single, unique, expensive. Solitary means single. Next, move to the fourth one. I made another earth-shaking decision. Options are valuable, dangerous, important. So earth-shaking means important. The room was surrounded by darkness. Options are full of, covered, encircled. Surrounded means encircled. Some thieves had removed most of my things. Options are damaged, destroyed, stolen. Removed means stolen. Let us see the next Roman. Students, you note down all the highlighted words that are meaning to the underlined part of the sentence. Let us see the next Roman. In this section, we will learn about the sounds which imitate noise or action. Students, see in your textbook. Read the following sentence from the text and notice the underlined word. Suddenly there came a dull thud as if a rubber tube had fallen to the ground. Thud means to fall with a low, dull sound. Students, here they gave you some words. You should find out the meaning of those words by using your dictionary. Here, bang means a sudden loud noise. Clang means a loud ringing sound. Buzz means a continuous low sound. Ring means a sound that a bell makes. These words imitate the sounds which represent such words are called onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeia means sounds, it represents sounds. Let us Do one more example to understand onomatopoeia words better. A few image I will show you here. Let us see, before that, let us see some sentences. The boy fell to the ground with a thud. The buzz of the mosquito spoiled my sleep last night. The bell clanged. Someone is ringing the doorbell. The tongue banged on the door. These words imitate the sounds. Students, look at this sentence which I highlighted in a yellow color. So that words are called that words represents onomatopoeia words, which represents sounds. Students, let us see the images. Here, see, look at this image. This is a bell. In second image, a tire, and third image, mosquito. Now the bell sounds in like a clang, and rubber tube is third, and mosquito is buzz. These kinds of words are called onomatopoeia words. Let us see move to the next Roman, students. In this Roman, we are going to see about linkers. We will learn about linkers, choosing a linker and their use in a descriptive paragraph. What do you mean by linkers? Students, linkers are the words that relate one idea or sentence by text with another. They connect the ideas logically. A few linkers along with their type and purpose are listed below. Choosing a linkers. There are two basic criteria to be focused in the selection of a proper linker. They are meaning and logical relation. Students, observe the following linkers. So, because, though, although, but. Uses of linkers. The usage of linkers helps in making the description clear without giving scope for any confusion. Students, let us see the example. I have prepared well. I got good marks in the exam. Students, in this example contains two different ideas but are not connected logically. When we modified it as I have prepared well, I got good marks in the exam. Students, both the ideas are getting connected logically here, and as is the playing a role of a linkers. See, students, in your textbook they gave you a descriptive paragraph. Below that paragraph they gave you some linkers. So before going to do that activity, let us see the meaning of those linkers. As if means it is used to talk about an imaginary situation that may not be true but it is likely possible. But it is used to indicate the following sentence true or false according to the text. Who relates to a person. When it is used at or during the time, just after the time, at any time, which means relates to a thing. So it is used to make the relationship between two ideas clearly. While means at the time or at the same time. Students, let us see the descriptive paragraph. In this paragraph, below that paragraph, they gave you one box, that is linkers. Just now I explained you the linkers, meaning of that linkers. So you can able to fill those blanks. No, and look at in your textbook. I will read this descriptive paragraph. In between, I joined the linkers. So for better understanding, please listen carefully, students. a young doctor lived in a village. The doctor told his friends an interesting story about himself and a cobra. It was hot summer night. When he opened the door, he heard a sound which was well known to him. He and rats shared the same room. There was no electricity in the house, so he took out a box of matches and lit a kerosene lamp. He took out of his cloth and lay down, but he could not sleep. He got up from the bed and started reading a storybook near the table. There was a mirror which tempted him to look into at himself. He was unmarried, so he was particularly about his handsomeness. He wanted to marry a woman doctor who had plenty of money and should be fat. While he was having such a thought, suddenly he felt as if a rubber tube had fallen to the ground. When a snake landed on his shoulder, at that time, the only thing he could do was to pray to God. The snake could bite him at any moment, but suddenly it turned its head and started admiring its beauty in the mirror. The doctor was thus saved. Students, here the linkers are filled in the blanks. Please note these linkers in your textbook. Let us see some sentences for your better understanding. See, look at this picture, students. Use the proper linker given in the box and fill in the blanks. So, while, when, which, but, so, these are all linkers. I already explained you these linkers and its meaning. Let us see the sentences. We will frame the sentence using this linker. We planned to go to the park yesterday, but the sudden rain spoiled our plan. I was watching a movie on TV when you called me. My brother came home while my mom was cooking dinner. I woke up late yesterday, so I was late to school. The book which you gave me yesterday was very helpful. Students, I think you understood linkers. Let us see the next Roman. How to combine two sentences using past perfect and simple past. Students, observe the two sentences in this picture. Raju completed his work. Raju went to bed. Here the sentences are talking about two different actions that are completed to join this two sentences into one sentence. Please observe the sequence, that is, which action is done first and which action is done later. Then join them using proper linkers such as after, before, etc. Students, in such case, in first action is written in past perfect, add plus V3, and the next action is written in simple past. From the example, Raju first completed his work and then he went to bed. So we can write complete sentence as after he had completed his work, Raju went to bed. Students, had completed here is a past perfect and went is a simple past. Let us see the next example. Before, Raju had completed his work before he went to bed. Here, had completed is a past perfect, went is a simple past. Let us write the textbook exercise to check your understanding better, student. See, look at your textbook, students. It's a grammar part. In that they gave you explain you past perfect and simple past, and also gave you the example, some example. Sujata had arrived at the station before the train came. Here, had arrived me is past perfect. Train came is simple past. The doctor arrived after the patient had died. Arrived is simple past. Had died means past perfect. I bought the ticket as soon as I boarded the bus. Here, as soon as they here they used as soon as, no, when the two action occurs nearly simultaneously in the past, both are expressed simple past tense. That means I bought the ticket is a simple past, I boarded the bus is a simple past. The two actions occur nearly, no, simultaneously. That's why they are using as soon as a linkers. Let us move to the example, students. Please see in your textbook. Here they gave you sentences. Now combine the following pair of sentence using past perfect and simple past. Use after, before, or when as a linkers. So I already explained you about linkers, no? After, before, when. These three are linkers. Using these linkers, you have to combine the sentences. I brushed my teeth. I took my breakfast. Using this sentence, you should use the linker after. After I had brushed my teeth. This is a past perfect. I took my breakfast. This is a simple past. I had brushed my teeth. This is a past perfect. Before I took my breakfast. This is a simple past. Student, let us see the next sentences. She started to go to market. It rained heavily. After she had started to go to market. After she had started. After follows past perfect, students. Please note down. It rained heavily. It's a simple past. She had started to go to market before it rained heavily. Students, please note that before follows simple past and after follows past perfect. These two things you should remember while framing these sentences. If you remember this, you can easily frame the sentences. Student, let us see the next sentence, students. He completed his work. He went to bed. After he completed his work, he went to bed. Or you can write like this. He had completed his work. He went to bed. He had completed his work is a past perfect. He went to bed is a simple past. I finished my dinner. Then my father came. After I had finished my dinner, my father came. After I had is a past perfect. My father came is a simple past. I had finished my dinner. This is a past perfect. Before my father came is a simple past. Let us see next example, students. I fell seriously ill. I met my family doctor. After I fallen seriously ill, I met my family doctor. Or you can write like this. I had fallen seriously ill before I met my family doctor. I had fallen seriously. This is a past perfect. Met my family doctor is a simple past. I locked the door. I went out to meet my friend at a restaurant. After I had locked the door. This is a past perfect. I went out to meet my friend at a restaurant. This is a simple past. I had locked the door. I had locked the door is a past perfect. Before I went out to meet my friend at a restaurant. This is a simple past. Student, I think you understood the linkers and also how to combine the sentence after and before. You should remember these things and you can write it easily in your examinations. Now let us see the students phrasal verbs. The next section is phrasal verbs. Observe the given two words, students. Leave behind. Leave is a verb which means the word leave is go away from, and behind is it is a preposition. It means at or to the far side of something. Leave behind, to leave something as a token of memory or a gift. For example, my grandfather had left behind 100 crores property. Students, such words which are formed by the combination of a verb and one or two particles or a preposition are called phrasal verbs. Students, the meaning of phrasal verb is different from the meaning of individual words it is formed by. Students, let us look at another example. Let us see the different phrasal verbs that are need from the word look and their meaning. The meaning of look up means to find the information in a book, on a map, or a timetable. For example, the teacher told to look up the meaning of the words in a dictionary. Students, let us see next one. The meaning of look to is to rely on somebody or something. For example, I always look to Kumar for financial help. Then move to next one. The meaning of look round is stand to look at something behind you. For example, I looked round and saw a cute puppy. And last one is the meaning of look out. Means it's to watch what is happening and be careful. For example, look out while walking in the grass. Students, let us see the different phrasal verb that are made from the verb came at the meaning came across. Came across means is to find something accidentally. For example, I came across my old shoe while searching my books. Came up with means the meaning of came up with to think of an idea or a plan or invention. For example, Raju came up with an creative idea for the next annual day. Came forward. The meaning of came forward is to offer help and information. My friend always come forward when I am in trouble. Come out, to be released publicity. For example, he tried to hide the truth from the press, that is somehow come out. Let us see one more example, students. Now let us see the different phrasal verb that are made from the verb and read the meaning. Read something back. Read something back means to read something again. For example, whatever I don't understand the lesson, I read it back. Sorry students, whenever I don't understand the lesson, I read it back. Then next one, students, read over. Read over means to read something quickly from the beginning to the end. For example, teacher asked us to read over the paragraph. And then move to the next one. Read off. Read off means to read a list aloud. For example, the principal Read off the list of the winners in the annual day function. Read out means to read loudly. Read out the teacher commanded. Let us see some more examples to check your understanding, students. Here I am framing some sentences. In these sentences I gave you some blanks. In that blanks you have to fill the phrasal verbs. Fill the below blanks with the phrasal verb. My mom told me to chop up the vegetables. Chop up, here chop up is a phrasal verb. The judge read off the winners list. Read off means read off. I already explained you before. We are behind them. We must catch up them. Dad told me to take bath and dress up. The teacher told to look up the dictionary and find the meaning of the given verbs. Student, I think you understood what is phrasal verbs. In your textbook, they gave you some phrasal verbs. Look at your textbook, students. Here that list of phrasal verbs are there and their meanings. I am reading. You please listen carefully. Take out means to remove something from inside. Set up means to arrange for something to happen. Take off means to remove. Lie down means to take rest. Take time off means to take something for some time for something. Look into means to observe keenly. Look at means to have a look at something. Get up means to wake up. Change into means to turn into. Leave behind means to leave something as a token of memory or a gift. These are all the phrasal verbs gave in your textbook, students. Please read that phrasal verbs once or twice, then you can understand it better. Now, students, let's move to the next topic. Before that topic, we should fill the phrasal verb. In your textbook, they gave you one para and blanks. In that para, they gave you one blanks. So in just now only I had read that phrasal verb and its meaning. So using that phrasal verb, you have to fill the blanks. Students, please listen carefully. I am reading this para. Venkatrao was a rich man who wanted to set up. Here, set up is a phrasal verb. Some businessman in the town. So he took out a lot of money from the bank. On an auspicious day, he started his medical business, which prospered by leaps and bounds. He became so busy that he could not take time off for any rest. He used to get up very early in the morning and go to his office. In the afternoon, he would take off his shirt and lie down on his couch in the office. After a nap, he would put on his shirt. Then he would look into himself admiringly. Anyhow, he left behind some fame in the town even when he went abroad. Everybody believed that he changed into a new man. Students, let us see the next Roman, students. It's about poster. Students, have you seen a different poster in magazines, newspapers and roadside posters, students? What is a poster, students? Posters are used to pass a particular message to a target group effectively. For example, students, movie poster, informative poster, health poster, contest, that means any competition posters. These are all types of posters. In movie poster, we can see movie title, date of release, stars cast. Whereas in health poster, we can see about the information whereas in contest poster it gives team prizes, sponsors. So these are all the types of posters. Posters are two types, students. One is formal poster and another one is informal poster. Formal poster means schools, it's a organization, government office, or maybe a group of people. These are all uh, prepared by these peoples. Whereas informal poster, I, me, myself, my family members, youth members. In Vinayak Chauthi posters, no, this is the best example for the informal poster. You can see so many youth members are there, their names and phones and photos. That is an informal poster, students. This poster is also identical like an invitation, students. So there are some rules to make a better poster, students. First you have to write poster, and then below that you have to write title. After that you have to write quotation, if any quotation you can write, if you have any quotations. And after that, published by, it is very must, students, you should write it compulsory. And then colors, lines. So students, you should remember these 5 points. It carries an important role to make a better poster. If you want to get good marks, or if you want to look your poster attractive, these 5 points you should remember, students. An informal poster, we can use official colors for poster. So if you want to frame a poster, first you should write poster, title, quotation, and published by, it must be must, student, colors and light. Whereas informal poster, you can use bright colors. Now when you write the poster, it must be in fresh page, and you should draw the margin. You have to keep the heading poster, then the title of the poster, and the quotation required means you should write the quotation. Then it is a official poster means use official color, whereas informal poster means use bright color. But don't forget to write published by at the end of the poster. Whereas informal poster, you can write youth or yourself. Let us see the poster in your textbook, students. See this poster, the title, look at the title. It is the Kandakuru Laughing Club. Below that there is an address, no, Kandakuru, Prakasam district. Announces Rajababu Prize for the best writer, the role of comedy. The awards annual honors one print media journalist is each for the following their 3 category: best write up in Telugu, Urdu, English. Each award carries 5,000. See at the right side, student. Deadlines for entries July 27. Give your contact details for further information and submission of published entries. Contact N. Beraya, President, Kandakuru Laughing Club, 9 Bank Street, Kandakuru, Prakasam district, 523105. Cell number and website address also they gave you. Students, I think you understand this poster, no? Let us see some questions. Below this poster, they gave you some questions. They ask you some questions. Observe, you have observed that poster, no? So look at the first question. What is it? What are the elements of the effective poster? If effective poster means It should be color, size, layout, font size, language. These are the basic elements. No. So next move to the next one. Who issued the poster, students? Yes, the Kandakuru Laughing Club. What is the purpose of poster, students? Awarding the Rajbabu Prize for the best write-up on the role of comedy. What is the deadline, students? Yes, July 27. What are the other details highlighted, students? Write-up languages, amount of prize, money, contact details. What should be highlighted in poster, students? Issuing authority, purpose, deadline, contact information, target audience, and other details. Who are the target audience of the poster? Print, media, journalist, students. I think you understood how to prepare a poster, students. Here, then look at the next Roman, students. Here they ask you to prepare a poster. Now prepare a poster using the information given below by arranging in a proper sequencing. So I explain, and there is one example also in your textbook. It's a poster, no? Using that poster, you can frame this information like that poster the same. You just change the information. And one thing you should remember while preparing the poster, it should be colorful and attractive, students. I think you understood what is a poster and how to prepare a poster, students. Let us see the next Roman, students. Writing skill. Write a descriptive essay on any unusual or humorous incident you may have witnessed or example. In your textbook, they ask you to write any unusual humorous incident. So before that, what do you mean by description? Description means it tells about the features of a person, place, or thing. A good description relies careful observation on something in which you can train yourself. Students, it should be clear element whether the subject matter is relies. Good description tell to be a mixture of overall view with the details added. When you describe a scene, the most important to keep in mind is to keep constant points of view throughout the composition. Student, it should be described from which angle you are going to treat the topic. So students, here I gave you some tips to write a good description. A good description must be sensible, thoughtful, such as sight, hearing, smell, taste. Look for a significant details like place, people, or thing, or comparison. You should use your imagination in real life. What could be the human? If you want to write any humorous sentence, you have to think from the heart. It is a feeling, it is a sensible thing. Only one point we need to take, that why it is humorous, when it is humorous, what made it is humorous, how it is humorous, what type of view it is humorous, where it is humorous. Only one point we need to take elaborate, that is called description. We needed to write at least 3 or 4 paragraphs to get very good marks in your exam. But in the description, first and second line is the most important. One of the first paragraph begins the first para itself. You have to tell that why we are going to describe this humorous incident. Students, you should keep these points in your mind while writing the description, students. Students, I think you understood linkers, phrasal verbs, and poster, description. These are all. Now I am going to give you a homework. You should write this homework and show it to your teacher. If you write this, I feel very happy, students. Prepare a poster for your school annual day with the details like day, program, chief guest, etc. So if you prepare your school annual day function poster with bright colors, means it is you feel very happy, no? So you should prepare a poster. Every year we celebrate this annual day, no? So prepare it. It's yourself and you feel very happy. And next one is read the lesson from the text, identify the phrasal verb and note them in your notebook and find their meanings in a dictionary and use them in your daily conversation with your friends. So in your lesson you should note the phrasal verb and note down in your notebook and find out the meaning of those phrasal verb by using a dictionary and frame some your own sentences using that phrasal verbs and show it to your teacher, students. Students, I think you understood my teaching. Click the link given in the description box. If you click the link, you will get Google form. In that you fill your name and other details and then write your test and click submit button. Thank you for watching my videos. Thank you very much.